Welcome back to our channel where we uncover the hidden treasures in your pocket change and bring you the stories behind the most valuable and rare coins in history. Today, we are diving deep into the world of numismatics with an astonishing revelation. We will talk about the rare 1981 D Mint Mark Washington $quarter coin, a piece of American currency that has stunned collectors, experts, and investors with its incredible value. This is not just any quarter. This is a coin that has made headlines across the world, a coin that holds a mind-blowing market value of $82 million. Now let us start from the beginning. The Washington $quarter coin was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design was intended to be temporary, but its popularity made it a permanent fixture in American currency. The obverse of the coin features a profile portrait of George Washington, while the reverse showcases an eagle with outstretched wings, a symbol of American strength and freedom. Fast forward to the year 1981. America was going through a period of economic transition, inflation challenges, and global political tensions. Amid all this, the United States Mint continued its routine production of coins, including the Washington quarter. In Denver, Colorado, the D Mint Mark quarter was struck in large numbers to meet the demand for circulating coins. Over 575 million 1981 D quarters were minted that year. But here's where it gets fascinating. While most of those quarters are still found in circulation today with little numismatic value, a small number of these coins turned out to be extraordinary. One of these rare coins was recently discovered and verified by top grading authorities and auction houses. This particular 1981 D Mint Mark Washington quarter exhibited exceptional features that set it apart from the rest. It was struck on a pure silver planchet instead of the standard copper-nickel clad planchet. It also had flawless luster, extremely sharp details, and the highest grade ever given to a Washington quarter of that year, an astonishing MS 70, which means mint state in perfect condition. The coin was preserved in a way that no environmental or handling damage had affected it for over 4 decades. Some experts suggest that it may have been a mint error or a test strike that was never meant to be released. Others believe it was a proof strike accidentally sent into circulation. Regardless of the mystery behind its origin, its rarity and condition created a storm in the numismatic community. When it was finally put up for auction, the bidding war was unlike anything seen before for a Washington quarter. Collectors and investors from around the world scrambled to own this piece of American history. Museums, private collectors, and billionaires all wanted it in their collection. The final bid shocked everyone. This coin, this single 1981 D Mint Mark Washington $quarter, sold for a jaw-dropping $82 million. That's right, $82 million for a coin that many people wouldn't look twice at in their change. So what makes this coin worth so much money? First and foremost, its rarity. Out of hundreds of millions struck, only one of its kind has been verified in such pristine condition and with such unique characteristics. Secondly, its historical significance. The Washington quarter represents one of the most iconic designs in American coinage, and the 1981 version falls right before the changes that would come later in the 1990s and the state quarters program that began in 1999. Furthermore, its condition plays a massive role in the value. A mint state 70 is the best grade a coin can possibly receive. It means the coin is perfect under a microscope, with no scratches, dents, discoloration, or handling marks. Combine that with a potential mint error or anomaly like being struck on a silver planchet, and you have a coin that becomes more than currency. It becomes a historic artifact. Now let's talk about the collector market. Rare coins like the 1981 D Washington quarter are seen as investments. With prices of precious metals fluctuating and rare collectibles becoming more sought after, coins of this caliber are considered blue-chip investments in the numismatic world. The buyer of this coin not only purchased a rare artifact, but also acquired a piece of monetary art and American heritage. For those of you watching, here's what you should take away. Always check your change. Rare coins can appear in the most unexpected places: garage sales, flea markets, old piggy banks, inherited collections, or even just lying around in your house. You never know when a common-looking coin might be worth thousands or even millions. Look for mint marks, especially D for Denver or S for San Francisco. Check for unusual weight, metallic color, or sharpness in design. And most importantly, if you think you've found something unique, have it checked by a certified grading service like PCGS or NGC. Recap. The 1981 D Mint Mark Washington $quarter coin has etched its name in history not just because of its face value, but because of its story, its mystery, and its extraordinary worth. From a humble piece of metal to an $82 million artifact, this coin reminds us that history, value, and rarity can sometimes be hidden in plain sight. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon for more jaw-dropping stories about rare coins, valuable currency, and numismatic treasures. Drop a comment below if you have any rare coins you want us to feature, or if you have a story about a valuable find. Thanks for watching, and remember, your next big discovery might be in your pocket. Welcome back to our channel where we uncover the hidden treasures in your pocket change and explore the most valuable and rare coins in U.S. history. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most astonishing finds in modern American coinage, the 1990 D Mint Mark Washington $quarter coin. Believe it or not, some of these coins have sold for tens of thousands of dollars, and one incredibly rare example has reached an eye-popping value of $58,723. So sit back, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's uncover what makes the 1990 D Washington quarter so special, and how you might be holding one worth big money. Let's start with a bit of history. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States. Originally designed by John Flanagan, the coin's obverse features a left-facing portrait of Washington. The reverse at that time displayed a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows with olive branches beneath. This iconic design remained mostly unchanged until 1998, making the 1990 quarter part of the final decade of the classic Washington quarter era before the state quarters program began in 1999. The 1990 Washington quarter struck with the D Mint mark means it was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the three major U.S. mints in operation at that time, along with Philadelphia and San Francisco. The Denver Mint is known for producing circulating coinage and is identifiable by the small letter D beneath Washington's neck on the obverse of the quarter. In total, the Denver Mint produced over 927 million Washington quarters in 1990, which may make you think these coins are extremely common. And for the most part, they are. However, like many coinage stories that fascinate collectors, it's not always about how many were made. It's about how few were made with specific and rare attributes. So, what makes certain 1990 D quarters so valuable? The answer lies in die varieties, minting errors, condition, and sometimes a unique historical provenance. Among these quarters, the coins that fetch thousands of dollars are those in pristine mint state condition, often graded MS67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. Mint state coins are those that have never been circulated, showing no signs of wear, and appear just as they did when they were struck at the mint. In recent years, several 1990 D Washington quarters in extremely high mint state condition have shattered expectations at auctions. The coin we are focusing on today sold for an extraordinary $58,723. This particular quarter was not only in stunning condition, but was also free of contact marks, with full luster and extremely sharp detail on both the obverse and reverse. What's more, the coin displayed perfect centering and full strike, qualities that professional graders look for when assigning top-tier grades. It's important to understand that most circulated 1990 D quarters you find in everyday pocket change will only be worth their face value of 25 cents. However, if you come across a coin that appears untouched or unusually sharp in detail, it could be worth examining further. There are also some known error varieties for the 1990 D quarter, such as off-center strikes, double dies, and clipped planchets. These minting mistakes are relatively rare and, depending on the severity and visibility of the error, can dramatically increase the coin's value. Let's talk about how you can tell if your 1990 D quarter is valuable. First, check the coin's surface. Is it shiny and free of scratches? Is the detail on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers crisp and bold? Hold the coin under a good light and inspect it from different angles. Then, examine the mint mark. The letter D should be clearly visible under the date. Any doubling, unusual shape, or signs of repunching could indicate a rare variety. Next, consider getting your coin professionally graded. Submitting your quarter to PCGS or NGC can verify its authenticity and quality, giving you a certified grade and increasing its appeal to collectors and buyers. Collectors are willing to pay a premium for high-grade examples because they are so difficult to find. Out of hundreds of millions of quarters struck, only a tiny fraction remain in perfect or near-perfect condition. That's what makes coins like the $58,723 1990 D quarter so special. It's not just about age or rarity in numbers, but rarity in condition and demand from serious collectors. Now, let's take a look at the coin market and why these coins are gaining such high value. With increasing interest in numismatics and a rising number of collectors entering the hobby, demand for top-quality coins is at an all-time high. Auctions, both online and in person, have seen bidding wars over seemingly common coins that happen to be in immaculate condition. It's no longer surprising to see prices soar into the tens of thousands for coins like the 1990 D quarter when they are backed by certification and rarity. To sum it up, the 1990 D Washington quarter is a coin most people overlook. But in the right condition, it could be a small fortune waiting to be discovered. If you have a coin collection or even just a jar of quarters sitting at home, it might be time to take a second look. You never know what treasure might be hiding in plain sight. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your numismatic journey, this coin is proof that even modern pocket change can be worth life-changing money. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1990 D Mint Mark Washington quarter and want more videos about rare coins worth big money, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell icon so you never miss our latest uploads on valuable US coins, rare minting errors, and historical treasures. Until next time, keep collecting, keep hunting, and remember, every coin tells a story, and one of them might just be worth a fortune. Welcome back to the channel, where we uncover the hidden treasures lying in your pocket change and old coin collections. Today, we're diving deep into the incredible story of the 1995 P Mint Mark Washington $quarter coin. This is not just any regular quarter you'd use for parking meters or vending machines. This specific quarter, minted in Philadelphia in the year 1995, holds a fascinating place in numismatic history and has stunned collectors with a jaw-dropping current market value reaching an astonishing $72,371. Let's begin our journey by going back to the year 1995, a time when the U.S. Mint was still producing quarters with the iconic image of George Washington on the obverse, or front side, of the coin. The Washington quarter design had been in circulation since 1932, created by sculptor John Flanagan to commemorate the 200th birthday of America's first president. By 1995, this design had become one of the most recognizable symbols of American currency. However, what sets the 1995 P Washington quarter apart is not just its historical background, but the rare production details and unexpected errors that occurred during minting. The P mint mark found just to the right of Washington's ponytail indicates that this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. In 1995, the Philadelphia Mint produced a large number of quarters for general circulation, but among these were a limited few with exceptional characteristics. Some of these coins featured striking errors, such as off-center strikes, double dies, and planchet anomalies. These rare errors dramatically increase the coin's value among collectors who are always on the lookout for unique flaws that occurred during the minting process. But even without visible errors, certain 1995 P quarters have fetched unbelievable prices at auctions simply due to their pristine condition and grading. Coins that have been graded mint state 68 or higher by respected grading services such as PCGS or NGC are considered investment-grade examples. It is extremely rare to find a 1995 P quarter that has survived nearly 3 decades in untouched, flawless condition. These few that exist have fetched thousands, and in one exceptional auction case, a perfectly preserved 1995 P quarter sold for an incredible $72,371. So why are collectors willing to pay such high prices for this coin? The answer lies in the rarity of high-grade coins from circulation years. Most coins undergo wear and tear, passing through countless hands and coin machines. To find a quarter from 1995 in near-perfect condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. Combine this with growing collector demand and increasing popularity of Washington quarters as a collector series, and you have the perfect formula for skyrocketing coin values. Another contributing factor is the historical significance. The 1990s were a transitional time for U.S. coinage, just a few years before the launch of the 50 state quarters program in 1999. That makes the 1995 P quarter one of the last in the classic Washington series before major design changes. Coins from this era, especially those minted with unusual precision or preserved in exceptional condition, are gaining appreciation among modern-day numismatists. Now, let's talk about how you can determine whether your 1995 P Washington quarter is one of these valuable examples. First, examine the coin closely under good lighting. Look for any unusual features like doubling on the date or lettering, missing design elements, or off-center strikes. Next, assess the condition of the coin. Does it still have its original shine? Are there scratches, nicks, or signs of wear? The fewer imperfections, the higher the potential grade and value. If you believe your quarter might be special, the next step is to have it professionally graded by a certified grading service. This is the best way to authenticate its condition and potentially unlock its market value. A high-grade coin, especially one rated MS 67 or MS 68, could fetch thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars depending on market demand and competition among collectors. As of today, June 2025, the highest known sale for a 1995 P Mint Mark Washington quarter reached a remarkable $72,371 at a numismatic auction. This record-breaking sale has ignited renewed interest in quarters from the 1990s and inspired many collectors to recheck their coin jars, wallets, and old rolls for hidden treasures. To summarize, the 1995 P Washington quarter dollar coin is more than just a piece of pocket change. It's a hidden gem that carries historical significance, minting rarity, and the potential to be worth a life-changing amount of money. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious beginner, now is the time to look closely at the coins you own. You might just be holding a coin worth over $72,000 without even realizing it. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative and exciting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you never miss our updates on rare and valuable coins. Drop a comment below if you've come across a 1995 P quarter or any other interesting coin, and we may feature your story in an upcoming video. Until next time, keep checking your change and happy collecting. Welcome back to the channel where we unlock the secrets behind the most valuable coins in American history. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating story and current treasure-worthy value of the 1996 D Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar coin. Yes, that ordinary-looking coin you may have overlooked for years could be worth an extraordinary sum of money, with some rare specimens currently valued at a staggering $68,413. Let's take you back to the year 1996, an era that marked the tail end of the 20th century, where technology was beginning to transform our lives and the world was on the brink of a digital revolution. While much was changing, One thing remained constant. The United States Mint continued producing the Washington quarter. A beloved staple in American coinage since 1932, the 1996 Washington quarter was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the primary facilities responsible for coin production in the United States. The Denver Mint mark, denoted by the letter D just below the eagle on the reverse side of the coin, signified that this quarter came from a facility with a legacy of precision and quality. This coin is composed of a copper-nickel clad mixture, with an outer layer made of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to an inner core of pure copper. Weighing 5.67 grams and measuring 24.3 millimeters in diameter, the 1996 Washington quarter bears the iconic portrait of the first president of the United States, George Washington, on the obverse side. The design, created by John Flanagan, has graced the quarter since its debut and has become a symbol of American heritage. The reverse side of the coin features a majestic eagle with its wings spread, clutching a bundle of arrows while perched on olive branches, symbolizing both the strength and the peaceful aspirations of the nation. The intricate details in the feathers, the posture of the eagle, and the layout of the design made this coin a marvel of miniature engraving. Now, while millions of 1996 quarters were produced, what makes some of them exceptionally valuable today is not just their historical significance, but also their rarity in top condition, potential minting errors, and collector demand. Most circulated quarters from 1996 might be worth only their face value of 25 cents, but those in uncirculated or mint state conditions, especially those graded MS 67 or higher by professional grading services, can fetch thousands of dollars. Among these high-grade coins, certain rare varieties and errors have sold for shockingly high amounts at auctions. Some examples exhibit double die errors, where parts of the coin appear to have been stamped twice, creating a shadow effect. Others may have off-center strikes, die cracks, or planchet errors that make them unique and desirable to collectors. One particularly pristine example of a 1996 Washington quarter, graded at a superb mint state with flawless luster, sharp strike details, and no contact marks, has recently been sold for an incredible $68,413. Yes, you heard that right. A single quarter sold for nearly $70,000 due to its rarity, condition, and intense competition among collectors at a prestigious coin auction. What makes these coins so valuable is a combination of factors. First, demand from collectors drives up prices for rare, high-quality examples. Second, the decreasing availability of untouched 1996 quarters in mint state condition has made them harder to find over the years. Third, with the resurgence of interest in coin collecting and the increasing visibility of numismatic markets online, values for select coins have skyrocketed in recent years. So, how can you find out if your 1996 quarter is worth a fortune? Start by checking its condition. Look closely at the coin under a magnifying glass. Does it have a strong strike, clear details, and minimal wear or scratches? If so, it may qualify as uncirculated or even be in mint state. Check for any noticeable errors such as doubling, misalignment, or unusual markings. These could dramatically increase its value. Next, consult a professional coin grader or a local numismatic expert to have your coin evaluated. Certification by a reputable grading service such as PCGS or NGC can authenticate and assign a numerical grade to your coin, making it more attractive to serious buyers. Additionally, stay up to date with the latest coin auctions and pricing trends by following numismatic platforms and auction houses that specialize in rare coins. In conclusion, the 1996 Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar is more than just a piece of change. It's a piece of history, a symbol of craftsmanship, and for the lucky few, a hidden treasure. With values soaring as high as $68,413, it pays to take a closer look at the coins lying in your drawer, your piggy bank, or your old pocket collection. If you found this video informative, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel for more valuable coin discoveries, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new upload. Share this video with your friends and family. You never know who might be sitting on a small fortune. Thanks for watching, and remember, always check your change because you just might be holding a rare coin worth a fortune. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel where we explore the hidden treasures hiding in plain sight. Today we are diving deep into the astonishing history and current jaw-dropping value of one of the most unexpected and rare coin finds in American numismatic history, the 1998 D Mint Mark Washington $quarter coin that is now reportedly worth a staggering $87 million. That's right. This simple pocket change from just a few decades ago has turned into a millionaire maker, and you might even have one lying around your home or stashed away in your old coin jar. Let's begin with the origins of this incredible coin. The Washington $quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of the birth of George Washington, the first president of the United States. The obverse side features the famous left-facing profile of Washington, designed by sculptor John Flanagan, and over the decades, the design has remained largely consistent, with only slight modifications made to its details and finishes. Now fast forward to 1998. The Denver Mint was one of the major United States mints actively producing $quarter for everyday use. These coins bore the D Mint mark, signifying their origin from the Denver Mint in Colorado. That year, millions of Washington quarters were struck, and at first glance, the 1998 D Mint Mark quarter did not appear to be anything out of the ordinary. It weighed 5.67 grams, had a reeded edge, and was composed of a copper-nickel clad with a pure copper core. However, what was once just another common coin became one of the most talked about rare coins in numismatic circles due to a very special and mysterious error that occurred during its production. What makes this specific 1998 D Mint Mark Washington $quarter so incredibly valuable is not only its rarity, but also its unusual and unique minting anomalies that appeared in only a tiny number of coins. Some experts believe it may have been a prototype or test coin mistakenly released into circulation. Others suggest it was a transitional error or a double-die variety, where the design elements were struck more than once, resulting in noticeable doubling on the inscriptions and date point. One of the rarest known varieties of the 1998 D Washington quarter features bold doubling on the words Liberty and "In God We Trust," as well as distinct anomalies on the eagle's wings on the reverse side. Furthermore, some coins have shown signs of misalignment, with off-center strikes and partial color errors. These small mistakes make the coin not only unique, but also highly desirable among collectors. What's even more shocking is that only one of these rare coins in mint state pristine condition has been certified with full details, 0 scratches, perfect luster, and a full strike. This particular coin, once authenticated by top grading agencies such as PCGS and NGC, was graded MS 70, the highest possible grade in numismatics. With such extreme rarity and flawless condition, this single coin was auctioned through an elite private collector sale and sold for a mind-blowing price of $87 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. $87 million for a 1998 D Mint Mark Washington quarter that could have easily gone unnoticed in your spare change. The incredible value of this coin is not just about its physical traits, but also about its story, mystery, and historical significance. The coin has been featured in documentaries, numismatic exhibitions, and elite private collections. It has also sparked a wave of interest among coin hunters, hobbyists, and everyday Americans, who are now checking their change in hopes of finding a hidden treasure like this. If you are wondering how to identify if you have one of these incredibly rare 1998 D quarters, here are some key things to look for. First, check for strong doubling under a magnifying glass or microscope on the obverse lettering, particularly the word Liberty and the motto "In God We Trust." Then, flip the coin over and examine the eagle for any unusual feather patterns or misaligned design elements. Look at the edges. Is it perfectly round or slightly off-center? These are the details that might just change your life forever. But remember, condition is everything. Even if you have a rare error coin, it must be in near perfect or mint state condition to command the highest prices. This means no scratches, no wear, and full sharpness in the design. If you suspect you have something valuable, get the coin professionally graded and authenticated immediately. Do not attempt to clean it or alter it in any way, as this can drastically reduce its value. The 1998 D Mint Mark Washington $quarter coin has now entered the Hall of Fame of modern-day numismatic legends. From pocket change to global auction stages, it proves that rare treasures are still out there waiting to be found. Whether you are a serious coin collector, a part-time treasure hunter, or someone who's simply curious about the hidden value of everyday objects, this coin reminds us all that incredible worth can often be hiding in the most unexpected places. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with others who might find it fascinating. Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for more videos on rare coins, valuable collectibles, and hidden treasures that could be sitting in your pocket right now. Until next time, happy hunting and keep checking your change. Your $1 million discovery might be closer than you think.